Hey guys, Rob from the Off-Grid Tiny House. Good morning. Temp in here. 57.2 Fahrenheit inside the tiny house. 74% humidity. Yeah, that's too high for my liking. 58.4 Fahrenheit outside at 63% humidity outside. And Celsius. 14.1 Celsius inside the tiny house and 14.7 outside. So, yeah, I gotta water this guy today. First, I'm gonna rip out some of these nasties that are brown. Brown, nasty. Just gonna toss these outside for compost. Whoops. Yeah, hopefully this doesn't get too messy. The bottom, like I said, guys, needs a little oomph behind it, so I'm gonna put like a block behind here. One of these guys, actually. We'll see if I can do that right now. Block of wood. Yeah, that worked good. Done. So I'm gonna go grab the plastic sheet and I'm gonna, oh yeah, here it is here. So I'm gonna put this up in behind the planter, and we'll probably need to tape this thing onto the wall somehow. I'll just use some masking tape. Hopefully this is strong enough to hold that sheet. And hopefully we don't have any issues with water. Tape, hold for me, hold for me. Now, obviously this is temporary, guys, because I don't know how the planter is going to react to water as of yet. Might find out very shortly. So, right now, I'll point down a bit. The water, if any water does come, it's going to end up down in this kind of catchment down here, and then if I gotta drain it, I will drain it. So yeah, that'll work. All right, onto the water. So I'm gonna fill up my pressure sprayer with this. This is just city water here. I brought it over in one of the distilled water containers, and I think it's best to water with this instead of directly off of this thing, because yeah, that's just gonna be a nightmare. What it looks like anyway. Here, I'll zoom down so you guys can see that. And then I'll leave this over here, obviously, just for the plants. And then we'll be good to go. So we'll leave this bottle here in the sink, and we'll leave this sprayer here, and we'll see how this guy works. Though I need to adjust the nozzle because there's different modes on here. I'll try it outside, out the door here first, grab the camera, bring you guys with me. I'll check the solar and stuff in a second, guys. I just want to see what takes place with this thing, if my damn camera will stay. So first I'm going to pump this thing up, add some water pressure, or some air pressure. That works pretty cool. Alright, time to water the planter. Hopefully the spray won't be too intense here. I'm going to start at the bottom. And see what happens. Whoops, that was me. Give this a good soaking. Then I'm going to move up one more. Spray him down. And like I say, once the soil gets wet and kind of settles more firmly into the container, then we should be good. I do like this as my watering can. This is really good. Great buy. Dollar store to the rescue again, guys. Cool stuff. Okay, here's the big sucker up here at this level. Oops, that was me again spraying. Did a little too much pressure. No signs of anything yet, which is good. Oops, I keep pumping it up too much. I should do 2 pumps max on the planters, because it does quite a bit. What was that noise outside? Huh. Okay, cool. So I just did a light watering there, guys. Obviously, only that much was used, plus whatever I sprayed outside. So at least they're damp now. And hopefully, what I'll do actually, I'm gonna spray them from this side as well, just to be a little more generous, because they have been dried out for a little while. So I'm just gonna spray inside here. And that one's a little tougher to do from this side because it's mostly just the leaves. The big beast is hanging out quite far off the in that middle part. It's hanging off quite a bit, kind of like this way. We'll see, some of the roots are sticking out on this side too, so we'll see what happens with him. But I'm just doing a light watering there, guys, and then obviously gonna leave all the watering stuff here for the duration. And then that way, everything's here for me, ready to roll. I'm gonna leave this sheet here for a good while, but so far so good, it looks like. I'm guessing the soil was so dry that it absorbed most of the water that I just sprayed really quickly. So I'm just gonna pull off some more of this dead stuff. Clean things up a bit. then what I can do, if things work out well with this, I can throw some fertilizer pieces in, and just to give the plant a nice boost after all the stress it went through being transferred and what have you. But after a couple days, we'll know how this thing works out, if the plants like it or not, with the amount of sun they get and whatever in the new locale. But yeah, I don't see anything, I don't feel any moisture. No moisture in behind or anything. And there is that, it's about a 1 inch to ½ inch gap in behind there, guys. The only one I'm concerned about is the bigger one, which is this guy here. And he's kind of waterfalling. And his setup is kind of almost leaning over to fall out. But I don't want to mess around too much, because then I'll get a ton of soil and crap down here. So I think it looks okay. Just got to do, you know, the usual maintenance stuff. Clean up some of these dead leaves. Dead ends here. And all this will grow back. This stuff's pretty good. Just throw these out the door and then all natural compost for something else. Okay. I think it's going to work out good. Overcast today, guys. I'm probably going to go do my walk because I do not have plans yet figured out what I'm going to do with the battery box and so on and so forth. Actually, what I can tell you is, if I get a decent check from tax time, I think I'm going to just blow the check on a set of 4 batteries, AGMs, and then I can build the battery box from there. I'll have the sizes and what have you, and any material that I need. And if there's, you know, if there's any money left over, obviously I'd want to use that to possibly get that 12-volt TV that I've been wanting, but I don't know how much I'm going to get, so obviously I'm way ahead of myself, and still need to finish up some stuff in the back room and so on and so forth. Yep. I'm just gonna... I don't feel any moisture. And by now I should. Because that little soaker thing sprays pretty decent in there. I may hit these again right now while we're filming. I might as well. Just give them a little extra, because I did, you know, they haven't had much for a while. Just give them a nice shower on the roots so they get a little more comfortable in their new locales after being transplanted. And then these new These new, I guess they're called sleeves, should retain all that water after I use that plastic dip on there. Now, I don't know how this is going to affect my moisture levels in here at all, but we're going to find out, guys. We're just kind of sitting around the 70% mark. This guy needs almost a block because that's where the heavy bitch is. May put a block up on there too. But he is, no, it's not touching back here, but it's close. It's like a, it's half inch. Yeah, it's a half inch. Up here is actually where it might need a little blocky, but so far so good, guys. So I'm liking this. So I guess what I'll do is I'm gonna leave this plastic sheeting here overnight, and since I sprayed this thing a couple of times now, and what's our water level down to now? We were full. We were at 38 ounces, and we're just down to, whoops, you can't see. Well, I was actually at the top, so we were about 40 ounces, and now we're down to about 800 milliliters, or like 28 ounces. That's awesome. So, cool. Yeah, so I'll leave this up 24 hours, and if I don't see any water pooling down here, guys, then as long as I do not overfill the planter with moisture, then I don't think I'm gonna have issues whatsoever. So that's gonna work out pretty nice, actually, I think. I'll show you the lighting in here. So it's overcast today, so obviously, like, let me shut the door so you guys have a better clue of what it will look like when I'm not in here. But that's still, you know, it's a decent amount of light coming in. The top guy is kind of dark area, you can tell kind of from there, from this view. That's why I probably didn't put one in the very top, even though I still can. There's an empty slot up here, and it will kind of make that gap there go away once I do that. But I think that's enough light, even on an overcast day like today. Time will tell, because these things will react and they'll say, hey, they'll start going, getting angry and stuff, saying, where's my light? Need more light. But anyway, I think this worked out pretty cool. Pretty cool living air filter. So this is gonna purify my air passively. And spider plants are known for getting rid of the toxins in the air and, you know, releasing oxygen. So it's basically, you know, an organic living air filter for the house. And you guys can put these in your house. Just make sure you waterproof and the material, the sleeves that you're going to be using, and keep them off the wall a bit, like I have. I can give you somewhat of a angle there. Yeah, here, see how it's a little tight, guys? But the rest of it is pretty good, and then I put that block of wood back there, but it's pretty dry back there. So we'll see how the plants react over the next week or so. I don't know how well it's going to do in winter months, so I don't think it's going to stay here in the winter. Obviously I can remove it and and then bring that home, and it can be hung up on a door or a wall in your house. But like I said, that thing's pretty cool. And then I don't have all these plants right here taking up like 80% of the countertop, even though I got a mess right now that I got to clean up, that I keep telling you guys about. On the never-ending, never-cleaning Rob. But everything's in float over here, guys, for solar, as usual. Nothing too crazy to report. All my battery packs are in charge, full charge. This guy's actually still getting a little trickle charge, so that's pretty cool. Charles's are all at 100%. These are always plugged in, guys, 24/7. So obviously I'm not having issues there. And eventually, when the funds do come, guys, hopefully I can get some more batteries in the back storage room and get the tiny house cleaned up. It's kind of like I've just been scatterbrained since you know, my dad's cancer diagnosis, so I'm not really getting things done over here as I want to. Spending a lot of time at home with him, you know, keeping my eye out just in case. But so far so good. And yeah, it's just a mess back here, but that's the way it is. So cool. Hopefully my plants are happy now that I gave them some moisture. And time will tell if we get moisture down here. Though, because of the material, it's like a felt on this thing. I don't think water is just gonna pour down unless you overfill or totally saturate this thing, and it'll start dripping. Because the felt material on the outside, though I don't think it will, because I coated the inside both sides very well with that plasti dip, so I don't feel anything going on here. No, it's good. But like I say, I'm gonna keep this as a precaution, the sheet down here for 24 hours. We'll see what happens. And man, I need to vacuum over here. What happened there? Oh, that sucks. Alright. Well, I'm out of here for now, guys. Sorry about the mess in the tiny house. As always, right? But I'm getting one little project done at a time. This worked out really nicely. I like it. Really cool. And it frees up a lot of space at the house, because with all those containers that I had, these guys in individual containers, took up a lot of space. So something that's vertical storage and still gets the job done and actually helps the look of the room out, that's the way to go. You just got to make sure you waterproof it, guys, because the materials that they make these things in are kind of iffy. So if you get a nice plasti dip spray can, take that outside, get a nice non-windy day, and just coat the inside a few times, 2 cans normally. This guy wants to keep wandering. There we go. But so far so good. Cool. Alright, I'm out of here for now, guys. Gonna go for my walk, check on my dad. What else do I gotta do? I gotta help him out as well. He's got a bunch of stuff for me to do. And I will get back here when I have more free time and hopefully more money. So, see you guys later.